Okay, guys, question number 5. What lesson did Chancey learn in the story? So, what did he learn? He read the story, we read the story, he did a lot of things in the story. What did he learn from this? Only ducks can be trusted to know when cold weather's coming. That's not true because he had Johnny Chuck to help him. He had Jerry Muskrat. He had a beaver. Lots of things told him. So the ducks were not the only thing that could tell him what the weather was changing, what the cold weather was coming, excuse me. B, changes in the weather can be predicted by many creatures in nature. Well, let's look at that. That's a pretty good answer because we see right here Johnny Chuck had dug his house deeper than usual, and he stuffed himself until he was fatter than he'd ever been before. Then he noticed Jerry Muskrat. He was making the walls of his house thicker than in other years. Paddy the Beaver was doing the same thing to his house. So all of these animals are doing things that can show you that they're thinking that the temperature is going to be colder this winter. Why else would they take the time to make their house deeper or to make the walls of it thicker? So that's a pretty good answer. Also, it tells me in the last paragraph, and it says, they are right. He said at last, yes, sir, they're right. Of course, he meant Johnny Chuck and Jerry Muskrat and Paddy the Beaver and the Quacks. I don't know how they know it, but they're right. We are going to have a long, hard, cold winter. So the animals are what helped him understand that we were going to have a longer and colder winter. So that's a good answer choice. C, a person can always predict the weather by looking at corn husk. Not necessarily. You can't look at a corn husk and tell what the temperature is going to do tomorrow, so we can get rid of that one. D, corn is the best food to store for a long winter. Did it say that anywhere in the story? It just said some yellow corn would be a good treat for breakfast, but it doesn't say that that's the best food for a long, cold winter. So my best answer choice is changes in the weather can be predicted by creatures in nature because we have experienced 4 different creatures. We did Johnny Chuck, Jerry Muskrat, Paddy the Beaver, and the Quack family. 4 different creatures in nature showed us by the changes that they did how the weather was going to be. All right, guys, you did a great job on this. Remember, strategies, strategies, strategies. If you use them, you will be successful.